SportsSpeak Sports, and I'm speaking fast because I got a good, long, good interview. So I'm happy, tickle pink to have Bruce Gray and Sue Gray from Carbondale, Colorado. Where in the world is Carbondale?
It's up in the middle of the Rockies. We're up near Aspen, Colorado, actually.
Is that any close to Loveland?
Loveland's about an hour east of me.
Okay, that sounds good. Do you ski?
Yeah, we both enjoy skiing.
Come on now.
Yeah, if we were home right now, we'd be skiing. Our son and his family, that's my daughter-in-law and our granddaughter, they like to snowboard. And we all go together as a family, and we make a big day out of it, have lunch and a picnic, and we love to ski.
I know you ride a bike too. Did you ever try riding one of those bikes down that ski slope where you ski?
Well, when we do it, they take you down a footpath. So you take your bicycle on the chairlift.
In the summertime.
In the summertime, yes, not in the winter.
No snow there. You don't ride it when the snow's there?
No, only skiers.
Oh, sure.
Only skiers. And then you ride down the footpath, and it might take you an hour or so, and then you put your bike back on the ski chair, and you ride back up again. You do it for, all day.
Isn't that dangerous riding that thing? I saw on the news where it fell or something. No, the carrier fell or something. You probably didn't see that on the news.
I think Sue heard about it.
Sue, can you tell us a little bit about
that? The chain broke and the ski lift stopped, and they had to evacuate all the people off of the ski lift. But I don't think anybody got hurt.
Good. Okay, and back to this, you do ride the bike down, but you do that in the summer. I thought maybe you might try to do it in the winter when that snow's on.
Now that would be dangerous.
That would be dangerous.
Okay, well, yeah, I know you ride a bike. You have ridden the bicycles, both of you, each one of you got a bike, and you got a trailer back behind it, from somewhere up in Washington State. Where did you start with that thing?
We started in Glacier National Park, up in Montana.
Yeah, you need to tell me, I've never been up there.
Okay, that's almost to Canada. In fact, the Glacier National Park, part of it's in America and part of it's in Canada. So we were right up near the border of Canada. We were with our son and his family. And that's where we began our journey, and we started riding from there, heading out to the west coast of Washington State.
When was that? Do you remember?
August 11th.
Good, go ahead, Bruce.
So we rode out to the coast of Washington, and we have a very, very good friend out there. Actually, somebody we met when we rode across country in 1999. We met this gentleman, and we've been friends ever since. And we spent some time with him. And then we did a little bit of traveling in Canada. We went out to Vancouver Island, and we rode around out there, and then came back to Washington State and started heading south.
Did you go down through California?
Yes, yeah. So we came down, so you come down the coast of Washington. When we got to Oregon, we have a very good friend who's put us up for a few days in Portland, and we spent a few days looking around Portland and being tourists. And then we kept riding on down till we got to California. And actually, in California, we took some time off in Monterey too. So we took some time off with a friend in Monterey. And then we got down to San Diego. We thought our plan was to go to Panama. But when we got down into Baja California, we found the roads too dangerous and the drivers are a bit scary. So we turned around, jumped on a bus, came back, and then started...
Got on the bus with your bicycles too?
Yeah, we had to...
They let you home?
They stuffed those bicycles in underneath that bus for us and our trailers, and they took us back to Tijuana. And
you were in Mexico?
For 5 days.
Oh, sure. Isn't that great? Sorry, folks. I speak better English than that sometimes. Go ahead.
So we decided that we both don't have a job, and we gave up our apartment to go do this. So we decided instead of going back home, we would just continue riding to the east across the southern part of the United States.
Were you trying to travel the bike trail that's designated from California to Florida?
Yes, it's produced by a company out of Missoula, Montana, and they're called Adventure Cycling, and they have bicycle routes that go all across the country, in the north, in the center part, across the south. So we use their maps, and it's a great company, and they guide you right along. It's like baking a cake. You just follow the map.
There you go. Did you have lunch yesterday somewhere?
Oh yes, we went to Mama Jack's.
Mama Jack's and Goose?
Yep.
Was it a good lunch?
Very good.
Yeah, it was fantastic. fantastic. It was the first time we'd ever had fried green tomatoes.
No kidding.
Oh, and they were so good.
It's delicious.
It was delicious. It was fantastic.
They do that in Texas, I guess. I'm a foreigner here. I just came in '64 and I'm still a foreigner. Go ahead.
Oh, well, it was our good taste of Southern food, and we were, actually at that time, we thought about staying in Kuntz, but we decided we needed to pedal off some of that food.
Where are you going from here, and when are you going to go? You going to go after a while pretty soon?
Yeah, we'll head from here, I think, out to...
somewhere in Louisiana.
No, we won't make Louisiana. What's it, Kirbyville?
Yeah, Kirbyville.
We're going to go to Kirbyville.
Oh, that's not very far. We walk up there.
Well, what we're doing is we have a package waiting for us in a little town in Louisiana, but it won't get there until after the weekend. So what we're trying to do is go slow so that I can get to the post office when my package is already there and we can pick up our package.
Well, we'd be happy to spend a couple of days here, and I'll take you to see the Brad Ghost.
Brad Ghost.
You feel right about over on that end of the county there. The 8 Mile Road, and there used to be a railroad, and they got rid of the railroad.
It's the Ghost Trail.
Yeah, Ghost Trail now, and they say that some of the stories they tell is that one of the guys fell off the train, got his head cut off, and there's a ghost out there looking for it. So much for that, but it's a deal. It's something else. This is National Geographic. Okay.
We stopped on the side of the road and we saw the sign for the Ghost Road. We actually saw it and we wondered, why was it called the Ghost Road? So now you just told us.
Yeah, but there are a lot of other stories about it too. I have a lot of good stories about what they say. That's you're going to Florida and then you're going to Canada. I want to know about you, Sue. What's the most amazing thing that you've ever done in your life besides marrying him?
Well, I guess it was probably when I went to Iraq in 2002. And I went with an organization called Christian Peacemaker Teams. They've been sending groups of people over there since 91, I believe. And just to talk to the people of Iraq, get their stories, find out what their concerns are and how they live. So I met a lot of great people over there and took their pictures and listened to their stories, and then I came back to the United States.
Right, well, when was that?
That was
compared to when the war started. Go ahead.
I went over in December 2002, and the war started in March 2003. So I was there just a few months before the war started, and what we were trying to do was to get the American public to be against the war, because we were trying to stop the war. We thought it would be a bad idea for America, a bad idea for Iraq, and the Iraqi people. So I came back to the United States and I went all around Colorado and Utah giving talks and slideshows to schools, churches, and the public, just to try to get the American people to understand the Iraqi people and to realize that the war was a bad idea. The reaction was mixed. Some people hated me and they called me a traitor. And some people loved me because they believed like I did. So I had a fan club and I had a lot of enemies.
Bruce, you got something wild to tell me, something about something or...
How about the raccoon story?
Yeah, we were camping in Northern California one night in a very driving rain. Raining real hard. Up to a sound that didn't sound like rain, and I looked at the corner of the tent and something was moving the tent. And a raccoon was chewing a hole in our tent. There was a package of food right in the corner of the tent, and the raccoon went right at the food, cut a hole in our tent, cut a hole in the bag, and was going for a little donut. In the middle of the night.
That's when you discovered him.
Yeah, I caught him right in the act. He didn't get the donut.
Did you get him or you running?
I chased him off. He went back out in the rain. I don't know. It was pouring rain. It was amazing that he was out hunting.
Sue, have you got something wild that you would tell us about? Maybe, let's see, I could ask you something about your philosophy of life or something. But what do you want to tell us something?
Tell me about Richard.
Oh, we met a Welshman, a man from Wales, on the California coast, and we traveled with him all the way down. He was on a bicycle also. So we traveled with him, and he was a great guy, told us a lot of stories, and everybody loved him because he had the British accent. And he was just real fun to travel along with. And that's what happens on a bicycle. You meet a lot of great people like you. And all the other people we've met on this journey have just been wonderful. And we've been invited into people's homes, as you did with us last night. That's the best part of bicycle journeying is meeting the people along the way. And the people of America and especially of Texas have just been wonderful.
Texas, friendly state, bike state.
Oh,
yes,
one of the better ones, huh?
Yeah,
Yes.
the drivers are so courteous and polite and give us plenty of room, and we really appreciate that.
Well, we have really a bunch of nice people here in Shelby, but we're going to get more bicycle friendly. I talked to the judge late just afternoon, and he's town favorable to make it bicycle friendly. We're going to let those people in Austin know that we're bicycle friendly and hope they will be. So much for that. Now I know we got something else I'm missing. Just right offhand, can you think of something that a question I should ask you? Either one of them, Bruce or Sue, or both of you.
Well, I think the one thing you should ask is it physically tough to do what we do, bicycle every day? And that's usually the thing that people, are interested in, is how do you have the energy to do it? Well, if you look at me, I am not your physical specimen of fitness, but what you do is you just start off doing a little at a time, and it's just, you get used to being on the bicycle. And then once you get used to being on the bicycle, you go a little further, then you go a little further, and then one day somebody says, hey, you like camping, and hey, you like biking, and then you put them both together and you do what we do. And it's really a journey a day at a time. We don't think about it, in the big picture. You always think about it a day at a time, just going to the next town. And by having a destination every day, it makes it pretty simple to achieve your goal. You just take it one day at a time, and you go out there, and it's something that, with a little bit of work, many people could do. Many people could do it.
And now we've done over 4,000 miles on this trip since August.
Going to do 4,000 miles?
Already have.
And you've already done some. What would you estimate in these 6 or 7 tours that you've taken? How far you suppose? If you go 4,000 in this, I'm going to give you probably $2,000 the rest of them. Go tell me.
Yeah,
17,000 miles by bicycle.
What do y'all try to average a day on a tour like this?
We try to do about 40 miles a day.
Okay.
But we're not in any hurry because we don't have any deadline. Many people can do this ride from Seattle or from San Diego to Florida. Many people do it in like 60 to 65 days, and we're probably going to make it more like 90 to 100 days because we don't have anywhere to be. We're just waiting for my job to come back.
Oh, I was about to ask you that. Why in the world are you free to do all this? You still got to work. You haven't got your living all made, have you?
No, both Sue and I lost our jobs, and then we decided that instead of sitting in our apartment...
Lost your job?
Well, that happens to many people, but we didn't lose a home or anything.
Well, I'm going to pay y'all for the interview, so this will help a little bit.
Oh, thank you,
That was
JP.
silver dollars, but I say, since I was living for my brother told me to get some, and I've held on to them, haven't I?
I think they got a little shrunk.
There you go.
Did you put them through the wash?
Yeah. Well, I know there's some other things. They tell me to ask if you play golf.
I don't play golf. Sorry, I don't.
What do you know about golf? Anything?
Oh, my father had a house on in a country club on the golf course.
Yes.
And I grabbed some clubs and some balls sometime, and I went out there. I could never make that ball go straight. I don't know how people make the ball go straight.
Well, how about what kind of sport did you play during your lifetime?
I was a baseball player and a surfer. I used to surf quite a bit. Yeah, we lived in Hawaii when we met.
Okay.
And I used to surf. So.
Were you born in the same place he was?
Pretty much. We were both born in Southern California.
Okay, tell me, what about a little baseball you played?
I played baseball all the way up till Pony and Colt.
What's that? Whoa!
Well, in our part of the country, you have Little League, and then after Little League, you play Pony League.
Okay.
And after Pony League, you play Colt League, and usually after Colt League, you play high school ball.
I'm beginning to get you. Okay, go ahead.
But I didn't play high school ball.
Why didn't you play high school ball? Didn't you have relatives that played ball?
Yes, my older brother was on the varsity team.
Okay.
And, they had a new policy come into effect the year that I was going to start. They decided that all the baseball players had to shave their head.
Why did they do that?
Well, the football team had been doing it for decades.
Okay, go ahead and tell about it. Oh, Lordy.
It had been a tradition for the football players to shave their head. It was like a sign of camaraderie. The whole team would have a shaved head. And then the baseball coach, the very year I started, he decided he was going to try the shaving of the head. But I was too interested in girls to have a bald
Oh, well, how do you know girls don't like bald heads? I've heard they like to rub those bald heads.
Well, this was back in the 70s when long hair was real popular.
Oh, sure.
And if you're a surfer, and I was a surfer, you didn't go out in the water with a bald head. It wasn't happening back then.
Okay, what about your senior brother? What happened to him?
Same thing. He said he wasn't going to shave his head, and he quit the varsity team.
No kidding.
He was the starting center fielder, and he had pretty good wheels. He could run real fast, and yeah, that about broke my dad's heart.
Oh, sure. I bet so too.
I'd like to say one thing too, for sure. The reason Sue and I travel by bicycle is because we love meeting people of America. We love meeting people like you, and this is why we do this. It's really the number one reason. It's not the bicycling, it's not the sightseeing. It's really all about meeting people on a one-to-one basis and learning how kind Americans are to each other. And it's not like they show on the news. The world is very wonderful, one-to-one. People are very kind.
Renews your faith in humans.
It renews your faith in your fellow man to do this. That's like the number one reason why we do this.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to wheel out of here pretty soon.
We're going to cook you breakfast first.
We'll do that. We got some bacon and some egg. Came from a nice big store down here. I bought them. I don't have any chicken. Bruce Gray, Sue Gray, from Carbondale, Colorado, and I hope you have a nice trip the rest of the way, and certainly thanks a million for coming by and telling me all this stuff. I really have enjoyed you folks.
Thanks, JP.
Thanks, JP.
So long, this time. See you later.